Did you know that one silent change after age 60 can weaken the blood flow in your legs so dramatically that it triples your risk of falling without you even realizing it's happening? I'm Thomas, and today I'm going to show you the truth that almost no doctor explains clearly, and the simple movements that can begin reversing this decline faster than you believe possible. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening inside your legs right now. As the years pass, the muscles and vessels responsible for moving blood upward begin to slow down. Not a little, dramatically. Your calves lose their pumping power. Your arteries stiffen. Your nerves receive less oxygen. This quiet slowdown leads to the heaviness, the cold feet, the cramps at night, and that uneasy feeling when taking the first few steps after sitting. But here's what changes everything. You can reawaken circulation in your legs using specific exercises that older adults can perform safely at home. Exercises that activate the exact systems aging has put to sleep. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why your legs feel weaker and how to start fixing it today. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Ankle pump. The natural leg circulation switch hidden in your ankles. After 60, the body changes in ways we don't always notice until the signs begin to speak for themselves. The cold feet at night, the heaviness in the calves after a short walk, the slow tingling sensation creeping into the toes. These are not simply inconveniences of aging. They are signals. Signals that blood is no longer reaching your legs the way it used to. And here is what most older adults in America don't realize. One of the fastest ways to turn the circulation back on is already built into your body. It's sitting quietly inside your ankles, waiting to be activated. Let me explain what's happening. After age 60, your calf muscles, the very muscles responsible for pumping blood from your legs back toward your heart, lose strength by nearly 1% every year. It sounds small, but over time, that weakness becomes the difference between warm feet and numb feet, between walking confidently and shuffling carefully. The blood in your lower legs depends heavily on this second heart, as vascular doctors often call the calf muscles. When they stop working at full capacity, blood begins to pool. Veins stretch. Microcirculation slows. Nerves become irritated from lack of oxygen. And suddenly, simple movements like climbing a step or standing from a chair feel harder than they should. But here's the part almost no one talks about. You can activate that second heart in just minutes, without standing up, without equipment, without pain. The movement is incredibly small, but the impact is powerful. It's called the ankle pump, and it works because it triggers the exact mechanism your legs rely on to push blood upward. Every time you pull your toes toward you, the muscles deep inside your calf contract. Each contraction squeezes the veins like a natural pump, forcing blood to move. When you point your toes away, the veins refill, preparing for the next squeeze, back and forth like a gentle engine restarting after months of being idle. This simple motion does something extraordinary. It wakes up the circulation in the places where aging has slowed it the most. Many seniors describe warmth returning within minutes. Others notice swelling going down, or the pins and needles sensation easing. Physical therapists across the United States use this exercise every day in hospitals because it offers one of the fastest ways to improve blood flow in the lower body, especially for older adults who spend long periods sitting or resting. And the best part? You can do it while seated on your favorite chair, while reading, watching television, or before getting out of bed in the morning. It's gentle, low risk, and deeply effective because it works with the body's natural anatomy rather than against it. When you perform ankle pumps, you are not just moving your feet, you are switching back on a circulation system that time has gradually dimmed. Imagine giving your legs the same kind of boost that a long walk provides, but without leaving your living room. Imagine reducing your fall risk, easing nighttime cramps, and helping your legs feel awake again. That is the promise of this quiet, understated exercise. And if a movement this small can make such a difference, wait until you discover what happens when you combine it with the next exercise, an exercise that awakens the entire lower leg from the ground up. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number one below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number two. 2. Heel to toe walk, the simple step that reawakens the pathways in your legs. As we grow older, something subtle begins to happen to the way we walk. Most seniors don't notice it at first, just a shorter stride here, a softer step there, a quiet hesitation when rising to move across the room. But beneath these small changes lies a deeper shift. The muscles, nerves, and blood vessels in the lower legs aren't working together as smoothly as they once did. The heel no longer strikes the ground with confidence. The toes no longer push off with strength. And this matters more than most people realize, because after 60, the way your foot meets the ground determines how well blood moves through your entire lower body. Now imagine this. Every single time you take a proper heel to toe step, you create a chain reaction that pulls blood upward, stretches stiff vessels, wakes up sleepy nerves, and restores the natural rhythm your legs used to rely on. This is why physical therapists across America teach the heel to toe walk to older adults recovering from surgery, falls, or circulation loss. It's not just a walking pattern, it's a circulation exercise hidden in plain sight. Let's break down the science behind it. When your heel hits the ground first, it activates the muscles along the front of your lower leg. These muscles support balance and help prevent foot dragging, a common cause of tripping in older adults. As you roll your weight forward to the ball of your foot, another set of muscles engages, this time along the arch and ankle. And when your toes push off, the calf muscles contract with enough force to squeeze blood upward through the veins. It is, quite literally, a built-in pump powered by each step you take. But here's what makes this movement even more important after 60. The tiny vessels in your feet and toes, called microcirculation pathways, tend to narrow with age. They lose flexibility, delivering less oxygen to the tissues. That's when symptoms appear: cold toes, purple discoloration, cramps, fatigue after just a block or two of walking. The heel to toe walk gently reopens these pathways by encouraging a long, full stride instead of the short, flat gait many seniors unintentionally develop over time. And the emotional impact of this simple exercise is remarkable. Seniors who practice heel to toe walking regularly often describe a sense of returning stability, like rediscovering the way they used to move. There is confidence in feeling your foot truly connect with the ground again. There is comfort in knowing each step supports your circulation instead of working against it. And there is a quiet dignity in reclaiming a natural rhythm your legs were designed to follow. The best part is that it requires no equipment, no gym membership, no complicated instructions, just a stable surface nearby, perhaps the kitchen counter, a hallway wall, or the back of a sturdy chair. You place one foot forward, let the heel strike first, roll through the step, and place the next foot directly in line. 10 slow, deliberate steps can awaken your entire lower leg more than you might expect. And once you begin to feel how much stronger and steadier your steps become, you'll understand why circulation experts consider this one of the most underrated exercises for seniors. But if a simple step can open the pathways in your legs, imagine what happens when you activate the muscles higher up. Muscles that control your hips, your stability, and even your endurance. That's where the next exercise begins its work. 3. Seated marching, awakening the circulation deep within your hips and thighs. There comes a moment for many older adults when standing for long periods becomes challenging. The legs feel heavy, the knees feel unreliable, or the lower back sends out a quiet warning. And so we sit more often for longer stretches, sometimes without realizing how much time has passed. But what most people over 60 don't know is this: long sitting is one of the fastest ways for blood flow in the legs to weaken. The vessels slow down, the muscles fall silent, and circulation becomes sluggish, pooling in places where it shouldn't. Yet, within that very position, the seated position, is also a powerful opportunity, a way to bring life back into your legs without rising from your chair. A movement small enough for anyone, gentle enough for aging joints, but strong enough to wake the deep muscles responsible for driving blood upward. This movement is called seated marching, and it is far more than lifting your knees. It is an intentional activation of the largest circulation supporters in your lower body: the hip flexors, quadriceps, and gluteal stabilizers. To understand why this exercise matters so much after 60, you need to know what's happening inside the body during prolonged sitting. When the hips remain bent for too long, the blood vessels running through the pelvis and upper thigh become partially compressed. This slows blood returning from the lower legs, which is why so many seniors notice swelling in the feet by evening, or numbness after sitting through a meal or church service. At the same time, the muscles in the front of the thigh weaken rapidly with age, losing nearly 15% of their mass per decade after 60. These are not just walking muscles, they play a critical role in supporting circulation, balance, and the ability to stand up safely. Seated marching reverses this process in a surprisingly efficient way. Each time you lift a knee, several important things happen at once. Blood trapped in the lower legs is encouraged to move upward. The hips, which are often stiff from years of limited mobility, begin to loosen. The quadriceps contract, squeezing veins and stimulating blood flow. And the pelvis tilts slightly, engaging deep stabilizer muscles that many seniors haven't activated in years. But the effect goes beyond biology. It reaches into emotion and dignity. For many older adults, mobility becomes tied to independence. The fear of standing, the hesitation to walk across a room, the quiet worry of losing balance, these feelings take a toll. Seated marching offers a way to rebuild confidence without risk. You feel the movement immediately. You sense your legs waking, your muscles responding, your circulation warming. It reminds you that strength is still there, waiting to be reawakened. And the beauty of this exercise is its accessibility. You can do it while watching the morning news, waiting for coffee to brew, sitting at the dining table, or during a long phone call with family. No equipment, no strain, no fear of falling, just a steady, rhythmic lift of the legs, as though your body is saying, "I'm still capable. I'm still moving forward. Physical therapists across the United States recommend this exercise for seniors recovering from surgery, managing arthritis, or dealing with chronic circulation problems. It is safe, low impact, and incredibly effective at restoring the muscle activity that aging naturally diminishes. But if seated marching brings life to the hips and thighs, the next exercise targets something even more crucial, an area of the leg often called the power pump of circulation. And when you activate it, the results can be felt all the way down to your toes. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Calf raises, strengthening the second heart that keeps your legs alive. There is a moment in aging that many older adults remember clearly. The day they first noticed their legs felt heavier than they used to. Perhaps it came while climbing the front steps, or rising from a favorite recliner, or walking across the grocery store parking lot. The legs that once carried you without hesitation suddenly seemed slower, less eager, almost reluctant. But behind that feeling lies something deeper, something happening silently within your body as the years pass. After age 60, the calf muscles begin to weaken faster than almost any other muscle group. And these muscles are not merely for walking. They are the engines that push blood back toward your heart. This is why doctors often call them the second heart. When they weaken, the entire circulation system in your legs weakens with them. Blood lingers where it shouldn't. Veins struggle to move it upward. The ankles swell. The feet cool. The lower legs become more vulnerable to fatigue and discomfort. Yet, in the middle of all these changes lies a powerful opportunity, one that can restore strength, improve circulation, and bring life back into your legs in a matter of weeks. It comes from one of the simplest movements imaginable, the calf raise, a gentle rise onto the balls of your feet that has a surprisingly dramatic effect on your circulation. Let's explore the science first. Every time you lift your heels, the calf muscles contract with enough force to compress deep veins that run through the lower legs. This compression works like a natural pump, pushing blood upward toward the heart. In younger years, this system runs effortlessly. But with age, and especially with reduced activity, those muscles lose both power and endurance. The pump weakens. And when the pump weakens, circulation slows. Calf raises reignite that system. They restore the pressure your veins depend on to move blood efficiently. Even a few controlled repetitions can activate hundreds of tiny vessels in the lower legs, improving oxygen delivery and reducing the strain on the heart. Many physical therapists in American rehabilitation centers use this movement as a foundational exercise because it improves circulation, balance, and walking ability all at once. But beyond the biology, there is a powerful emotional dimension. As people grow older, losing leg strength often feels like losing independence. The simple act of standing taller, of lifting your body against gravity, can become a symbol of resilience, a reminder that strength is still present, still reachable. Seniors who practice calf raises regularly often describe a sense of renewal, warmer feet, lighter steps, and a confidence that begins to return piece by piece. And what makes this exercise so meaningful is how gentle and accessible it is. You can hold on to a kitchen counter, a sturdy chair, or even a hallway wall. There is no need to rush, no need to strain. The movement itself is small, quiet, almost humble, but profoundly effective. With each repetition, you send a message through your body. Keep moving, keep circulating, keep living fully. For those managing arthritis, neuropathy, or swelling, this exercise becomes even more essential. It helps reduce fluid buildup. It supports the veins. It activates muscles that aging rarely uses anymore. And most importantly, it builds the foundation for safer, more confident walking. But if strengthening this second heart can change the way blood moves through your legs, imagine what happens when you bring your entire lower body into motion, step by step, minute by minute. Because the next exercise transforms circulation in a way no single movement can. 5. The 5-minute circulation walk, reawakening the lifeline that runs through your legs. There is something almost sacred about the simple act of walking. For most of our lives, we do it without thinking, across our home, through our community, alongside loved ones. But after 60, walking begins to reveal the truth of what time has done to our legs. A shorter stride, a heaviness that wasn't there before. A quiet hesitation, especially when stepping onto uneven ground. Many older adults describe the same moment, realizing that a short walk around the block now feels like a small challenge rather than a natural movement. But here's the part most seniors don't know. You don't need long walks to reclaim circulation. You don't need speed or distance or endurance. What your legs truly need is rhythm. Small but steady bursts of movement that restart the flow of blood through the vessels that age often slows. And that is exactly what the 5-minute circulation walk delivers. To understand why this walk matters so much, you must first understand what happens inside the body when we stay still for too long. After age 60, the arteries and veins in the legs become less elastic. The calf pump weakens. The nerves are more sensitive to oxygen loss. Simply sitting for an hour can reduce blood flow in the legs by up to 50%. That's why so many older adults experience stiffness upon standing, swelling by evening, or tingling after watching TV too long. The vessels are crying out for movement. But here's the beauty. Even 5 minutes of intentional walking can reverse this slowdown. When you take a deliberate step, your foot, ankle, calf, and thigh work together like a coordinated orchestra. The heel strike stimulates the nerves in the bottom of your feet. The rolling motion through the arch stretches the arteries along the lower leg. The push-off from the toes activates the calf pump, sending blood upward with surprising force. And the gentle sway of the hips opens the vessels in the pelvis, allowing circulation to travel freely to and from the legs. Walking becomes medicine, but only if done correctly. The 5-minute circulation walk is not about speed, it's about form. You lift your chest slightly, you lengthen your stride just a bit, you let your arms swing gently beside you. This combination opens the blood vessels, increases oxygen delivery, raises core warmth, and loosens joints that aging often stiffens. Many seniors notice that the first minute feels stiff, but by minute 2, something changes. The legs begin to feel lighter, the feet warm, the body awakens in a way no chair exercise can fully replicate. And emotionally, the effect is profound. Walking reconnects you with your independence. It reassures you that your legs still carry strength, still respond, still support the life you want to live. You are reminded that mobility is not just physical, it is a form of freedom. For many older adults, these short, purposeful walks become moments of clarity, peace, and confidence. The beauty of this method is its flexibility. You can take your 5-minute walk down the hallway, across the driveway, or through your favorite grocery aisle. outdoors if the weather allows, indoors when it doesn't. The key is consistency. 5 minutes every few hours does more for circulation than one long walk at the end of the day. And once you feel how your legs respond, warmer, lighter, stronger, you'll understand why this simple routine is used in senior rehabilitation programs across the United States. But if these 5 exercises each unlock a part of your circulation system, imagine the transformation when they are combined into a single daily routine, one that could change the way your legs feel in a matter of weeks. The daily circulation routine, bringing all 5 exercises together. When you look at these 5 movements individually, each one awakens a different part of your legs: the ankles, the stride, the hips, the calves, the whole lower body in motion. But when you bring them together, when you practice them as one simple daily routine, you create something far more powerful than any single exercise alone. You create a rhythm that restores circulation step by step, layer by layer, until your legs begin to feel alive again. For older adults, especially those over 60, routine is everything. The body responds best to small, consistent effort: a few ankle pumps in the morning to warm the joints, a set of heel to toe steps to steady your stride, seated marching to loosen the hips, calf raises to strengthen your second heart, and a slow, intentional walk to carry the benefits through the rest of your day. Together, these movements support the vessels, feed the muscles, and protect the mobility that defines independence. And what makes this routine truly meaningful is how accessible it is. No gym, no equipment, no pressure. You can perform it in your living room, your kitchen, or along your hallway. Places familiar and comforting. Because your legs don't need intensity, they need intention. Now, imagine the transformation when this becomes your daily habit, because that is where the real change begins. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with one. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.